Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Once again, thank you very much for choosing to be here. And for the many of you that registered through the form, thank you very much for showing up as well. This is our FAQ session, but I'd also use the opportunity to talk about Checkamo, what we are offering, how we would love to work with you, and all of the challenges we are trying to solve in the verification ecosystem. So, permit me to share my screen a little bit. Can you see my screen, please? I love us to talk, like communicate. Let's participate on the call. Can you see my
Okay, I'm seeing
screen?
your screen. I can see your screen.
Yes, I can see your
Okay,
screen.
okay, awesome. So, these are some of the favorite questions that we gathered when we started working on Checkamo. I think it's over a year ago, actually, now. We've been doing a lot of market research, we've been gathering data, we've been asking the right questions, getting the right feedback. So, if we are asked, what is Checkamo? Checkamo is basically a trusted middleman platform that helps to verify products, properties, or people before you make payments. We physically inspect and report on your behalf to prevent scams. And everyone on the call, no matter the country that you are from, you are already familiar with people making listings on the internet, people saying they are selling a particular product, and because you are not there with them, they end up packaging a different product for you. They end up making you distrust their services. Some vendors go to the extent of sending fake listings and fake things to people. It's always a matter of what I ordered versus what I got. But how about we get someone in that location who can go there and physically inspect that thing before you pay for it? That is what, or one of the things Checkamo hopes to achieve. So, how does Checkamo help me avoid getting scammed? Of course, the response to this question is by sending a verified checker to inspect and report the real condition of the item, seller, or person before you pay. We bridge the gap between online promises and offline reality. And who are these verifiers? They are going to be trained, background verified individuals in different cities. Every verifier would have to share real-time location, upload pictures, videos, and must meet strict reporting standards. Some of you have seen what your platform looks like. How many of you were able to access the demo verifier platform?
I did.
Awesome. So this is it. Very simple. You are going to click here, you browse your jobs, you are going to check your earnings here, your performance and stats. If people complain so much about you, we won't be working with those kind of verifiers anymore, because the idea is to help people prevent scams. So you shouldn't be a trouble to those who are trying to escape from scams in the first place. Okay, so right now this dashboard is 0 because you've not gotten any verification requests and there are no history, you don't have a transaction yet, and you have to come up here and start using or receiving the requests from people. And this is how their own interface looks like. Can you still see the screen? Are you with me? Please, Divine, can you mute? Thank you. So, if you look at the user's platform, this is what they see when they log in. They would click on new request, for instance. They would be able to see all of the things that they can verify, from property verification, product authentication. You can see from 0 to 150,000 naira to verify a product, from 0 to 50,000 to verify a property, but to verify a product from 5,000 to 50,000 naira, to verify someone's background from 8,000 to 80,000 and even more. Then to verify a document from 5,000 to 30,000 or more. And then, of course, we have community service. So, because we're not doing this demo for the users, this demo is for you, the verifiers. These are some of the categories that we are going to verify. And so, if I click on one of them, for instance, you see the person who's maybe, let's say, verify 3-bedroom. And then the person who writes a description of what he or she wants you to verify and also notify you whether it's going to be normal or urgent. Let me just say something like, check if the road to the property is tarred, something like this. So if it's a normal verification, this could take like 24 to 48 or more hours. But if it's urgent, the person will have to pay more. Then click on continue. Then the person will have to tell you the address of the property, show you the apartment, whether it's an apartment, a terrace, an office space, a commercial, what kind of property. And if the property is online, the person will be able to put the link here. Please, are we still together? We see here? Talk to me, please.
We are together, sir. We are together, sir.
Okay. So let's say I want to put a property 134 Ikeja, Lagos. And let's say this property is a commercial space. And if there are any specific concerns that I want the verifier to check, I'm just going to check maybe physical condition, could be more. And if I have the agent or on the contact person's name, I'm just going to put the name here. But if I don't, no problem. Click on next. And if it's an online location, you just choose digital. If it's offline, you choose physical. So right now, I'm just going to choose maybe physical location and then choose a date, for instance, and click on verifier must be in this area. See, and then click on continue. So the person will also ask you or insert some of the proof that they want for that property. If it's video, if it's photos, if it's documents, contact information, if it's audio, you put all of that. And then also describe any existing proof that they have. And if they do all of that, you click on next. And this is their offer, 10,000 naira. If it's 24 hours, you put it here, and person is going to choose their dates. If the person wants it ready in 3 days, you choose 3 days. The person wants it ready in a week or in 2 weeks. So all those options are there. And we have a minimum amount of 5,000 naira, but I'm putting 10,000 naira here. Of course, we have all of our surcharge, and the verifier would earn 10,347 naira, and the person would pay 11,497 in total. And click on next. And this is what you would see. This is what you will see as a verifier. When the person hits on submit request, you would see this if you are located in that particular area. And so this is what the user platform looks like. It's also a very simple interface. The person will be able to think of this platform like your Bolt or Uber platform. You are simply checking out the list of available verifiers in your location, paying them to take some kind of risk for you while you go about your day-to-day business. And so that's why it's important that our verifiers are also very, very trusted people that we are definitely going to vet. That's why we have this number 3 question, and I had to take you through all of those just to show you how the platforms work and communicate with each other. So Checkamo is not only for buyers, sellers, agents, landlords, business owners can use Checkamo to prove authenticity, build trust, and close sales faster. By the help of God, we are beginning to have meetings with different people, offline and online, about property owners who are interested in working with us. So if you are on this call and you own the property and you would love to work with us, please send us a text message, an email, or even call any of our admins, or call me. I'll be happy to respond, to work with you. So, number 5 question. Is Checkamo a delivery service? No, we don't handle delivery, but we confirm that the product or person you are dealing with is real, safe, and as described. Hopefully in future, we might partner with delivery services. And what kind of things do we verify? We verify mobile phones, electronics, clothes, properties, services, people, all of your house agents. If you want us to verify them, we can do that. Adult sellers, if you want us to verify them, we can do that. Your vendors, adult workers, if you want us to verify them, we can do that as well. That's why in the form that we send to the verifiers, we ask them, what can you actually verify? They have to be the ones to tell us what they can verify. And we are going to be having a session with different verifiers in specific locations. So those of you that are in Ghana, in specific locations in Ghana, we are going to have a meeting with you. And those of you in Lagos, we're going to have a meeting with you. Those of you that are in different parts of a country, we're going to have a meeting with you. Number 7, can I use Checkamo for property or house rent verification? Yes, we verify houses, agents, ownership, and neighborhood safety. Very, very important. Sometimes some of these agents will take you to a very nice place and show you a very nice apartment. But what they will not tell you is that this place is not safe, that the road is horrible. So we are trying to make sure that our verifiers do the job of telling you those things. And you get to receive pictures, videos, voice notes, and even verifier feedback. Number 8, can Checkamo verify people or service providers like tutors or freelancers? Of course. We also would verify identities, track records, and provide background checks if needed. As we speak right now, we are already working with another section of verification for Checkamo with the local security agencies, the police, civil service. We are in talks with them on how they can collaborate with us to make sure that we track identities. 3 months ago, one of my former colleagues sent me a message. We used to work together in an international development space about 10 years ago. So she sent me a message and was like, I need to look for someone for her to help her trace one of the contractors that got paid for a service. That because of that payment that she did for that contractor, her salary was not paid for a month or 2. So he needed help, or she needed help. I had to begin to talk to some of my friends in that state that she wanted that verification to happen. And I tell you, in 48 hours, that guy was tracked because she knew the environment where he stayed. In the next 48 hours, he was tracked. He got a call. And today, he returned at least 60% of the money. So we are going to be working with those kind of security agencies to make this easier. But our verifiers will be trained on how to verify people or service providers. So, number 9, how long does a verification take? Typically within 24 to 48 hours, depending on location and availability. Of course, I showed you the place where our users can decide whether a request is urgent or not. Number 10, what if the seller or person being verified refuses to cooperate? Of course, you'll be informed immediately because this means that there is a red flag somewhere. And we need to communicate that both to the verifier and the verifier to the users. Number 11, how much does it cost to use Checkamo? Prices vary by location and type of verification. We have basic checks that start at affordable rates. We have premium features. For instance, if you want a verifier to show you video proof, send you detailed voice reports, express your response, and so on, it might cost you more. The mere fact that the verifier is putting himself or herself in certain situations to give you just enough information to make a decision. You need to be able to appreciate such a verifier. And during the verifier training, which is due to begin next month, June, one of the things we'll be telling our verifiers is to learn how to divide their feedback into basic and premium. For instance, someone that tells you, just go and verify something for me. Of course, you do that. That's very basic. But if the person requests for more, take pictures, take videos, especially videos, you are definitely going to do so much more. Number 12, is my payment safe with Checkamo? Yes. All payments in Checkamo are encrypted and handled through secure channels. We don't store card data, and refund policies apply in some situations. And this is where I would love to hear from all of you on the call. Maybe you tell me so that we can add it to our FAQ. At what point should we refund money to our clients? It's important we let them know that this is our refund policy, so that you don't go to a place and do whatever you are supposed to do and get the results across and the person is not satisfied. So we need to be able to communicate between the verifier, our team, and the clients to make sure that refunds are at the barest minimum. And right now, we are gradually setting up our payment infrastructure to ensure that payment is seamless, both to the verifier and, of course, to our admins. Number 13, what if the verifier does a bad job or lies? Of course, verifiers are rated after every single task. We are going to flag any verifier that is a bad actor. We are going to remove them from our platform, and then users may be refunded or reassigned based on review. So verifiers are extremely requested to avoid becoming the devil that we are trying to cut. So it's important that verifiers do not do a bad job. Number 14, can I get a refund if I'm not satisfied with the report? If the report clearly falls below Checkamo's standard or shows negligence, we will offer a refund, or the verifier will have to go back and do a re-verification. This is very important. Number 15, is my identity or transaction kept secret or private? Yes. For our clients, we will protect your identity and details. Discrete options are also available for sensitive use cases, like if someone asks a verifier to go and confirm certain adult product purchases or to go and confirm certain adult worker. We don't need to keep those kind of transactions or similar transactions in our cache. Neither are verifiers required to disclose the identity of such clients. Number 16, do I need to download an app to use Checkamo? For now, our web platform will give you all a full experience. Everything will happen on the web. The tracking, the media upload, the push notifications. We will be using the Checkamo mobile app, very soon. For our users, these questions are basically for our users. How they can book a verifier. All they need to do is to come to the platform, like I showed you, and click on New Request. The moment they do that, they'll be able to make their request, just like we did here, and then hit on Submit Request. And we will be tracking our verifier in real time, just so you know. So you cannot tell us that you are 10 minutes away from where the client wants to verify a property, only for us to discover that you are an hour far from where the client wants that property verified. So we will be whether tracking you using GPS or calling you and asking you questions. For now, we will do a lot of those calls. Where are you? Have you been there before? Do you know the place? Our team will make sure that they track you in real time. And we will be providing such reviews of tracking to the client as well. That job will be done by our customer service representative or anyone from our team. Number 19, what if I'm not in Nigeria and I still use Checkamo? Of course, I have friends of mine in the US who have to come all the way to Nigeria to verify that their properties, their buildings are being erected the way they want. They wouldn't have to pay that much money in transportation just to come and check out the verification of their property. If we get to access those kinds of clients. So whether you are in Nigeria or not, whether you are in Ghana, in South Africa, whatever country that you are joining us as a verifier from, know that Checkamo is expanding to more and more communities. And for us to have more verifiers in certain communities, we have to start at least with one whom we can trust and whom we are going to help train. And this is the last question. Does Checkamo work with platforms like Gigi, Facebook Marketplace, or Instagram sellers? Yes. So if you found a seller online, we can verify their claims before you pay. Just copy their contacts and product details during the booking, visit Checkamo, and then our verifiers will confirm whether you want to get a fake product or not. So we are going to train our verifiers on how to verify online properties. Make sure that the bed you are getting on different platforms is actually the one that is going to be sent to you, even if it means going to those places to verify them physically. Of course, in Facebook Marketplace, for instance, if the person gives you their address and you are far apart from that address, you can in fact contact Checkamo, and Checkamo will work with a verifier that's closer to that address than yourself. So you guess what? You don't spend a lot of money on transportation. You don't get stressed. You simply sit down and use our verifiers to check the authenticity of that product without living where you are or discomforting yourself. And so these are the 21st FAQ questions that we set up since the beginning of these reviews and feedback that we have been getting. I would seriously encourage everyone on the call to go back and check some of the platforms, especially the help center here. You would see most of these questions have been answered here already. How do I get my first job on Checkamo? After completing your profile at least 80% and adding at least one expertise category, you will appear in search results for relevant job requests. So make sure your status is set to online or auto so clients can see you, right? And this is what it means. If you click on online, you have to click on online so people see that you're online, or you click on auto, right? Again, we are going to spend time with verifiers in different locations, explaining to them what they need to do and how we need to do it. Please, I encourage you to join the Checkamo Verifiers community on Telegram because we are growing and WhatsApp might not be able to accommodate us as we grow. Also check the verifier documentation. This is it here. And I'm going to send that link across to you guys. Please check that documentation because it's going to be really, really helpful. The documentation contains guides, tutorials, and best practices. How you can create your profile, how you can get approved. It's simply taking you through the platform one step at a time. To read through, but we are going to have another session when we vet the verifiers. We're going to have another session with you where we practice this in real time. Okay, so during that session, this platform would be live. You would be logging in with your real email this time around, and you will practice opening your profile, uploading your documents. We are going to help you out and make sure we do that. Within 30 minutes, we are done and we are open to business. And this is where I would love to stop in case any of you have questions. I hope I was audible enough and you heard everything that we spoke about. Thank you so much for listening. Any questions, please? And contributions or observations, they are all welcome. Because as we speak, there are people who are already waiting to work with you. But we need to make sure that the people who are verifying properties in any part of the world, starting from Africa, are in fact verified. So this session is basically you guys choose this time and I've showed up, you've showed up, thank you. This session was basically to hear the questions that you have so that we can improve our FAQ, whether on the website and when we are meeting new verifiers next month. So the floor is open, please. Thank you so much.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hello.
My name is Mr. Wilson.
Hello, Wilson.
Now, I want to confirm if you've been asked to verify a property in an estate, and most estates like in Lagos State, you need to call the estate for permission to get into the estate. So, is there how do we get into the estate when? Is there any preparation for that? Hello?
That's a very good question, Wilson. So, for those kind of estates, it is not the job of the verifier to figure out how to access those kind of places. We will, in fact, contact the client who knows whether the agents or the landlords. Remember, we are not agents, we are not landlords, we are verifiers. And the client would have access and should have access to the estate. If the person does not have access to the estate, the person would be able to tell us when they are making that request. Hey, I would love to maybe access this estate. So they need to send you on that errand. It is going to now be your job to go and get the necessary details for the clients. For instance, who do the client need to speak to get their property? Who will the clients need to access the estate? So that's the information that the client would be asking a verifier to get if they don't have access to the property. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
But if they do, they will definitely tell you when you get to the estate, please call this person or talk to this agent, let him show you where he said he wants me to stay. And please, when you get there, send me videos, send me, tell me what you've observed. So you are basically the middleman, just like we said. You are the one providing, because the agent may not be honest, isn't it? All of us on the call have experienced it one day or the other. The agent may not be honest. Our client is supposed to be there with the agents, but because he or she is occupied, they have sent you to represent them. So you need to capture as much information as possible.
Okay, sir.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Secondly, like I'm in Lagos and I'm on the island. Can they
Okay.
send me to verify a property in the mainland? Is it done that way, or just strictly be on the island?
Are you acting as a user or a verifier?
I'm a verifier. I stay in the island as a verifier.
Okay.
Then if you want like for verification purpose, can I be asked or someone can say I can go and verify a property in the mainland or anywhere in Lagos State?
So, good. That's a good question too. It totally depends on how fast the user wants the property verified. If the person wants the property verified in the next 2 hours or 1
Okay.
hour, then you know that you need to be in the island by that time because they need to make a quick decision to make payments. But something is telling them, Kai, who I go send to verify this thing now? That's where you come in. Are you with me?
Yes,
But
sir.
if the person says, I'll be ready to pay for this thing in 2 weeks, you are in the mainland, there's no how you will not go and access the property in 2 weeks. Again, our admin will sometimes make that decision so that people will not be 2 hours, 5 hours apart from verifying a property that they are supposed to give feedback in less than 2 hours. So the timing, the duration, and the urgency of the verification request will determine whether you should leave the mainland to the island or whether you yourself will figure out a way of maybe contacting someone that you trust. And then you, as a verifier, will teach the person what to do on your behalf. Again, that is part of the training that we are going to have with the verifiers. Does this make sense?
Yes, I understand. Makes sense, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Jeremiah, you have a question. Okay, another question. Wilson, go ahead.
Finally, is there going to be any physical training or anything? Just maybe physical gathering where we can see maybe one-on-one and sit and talk, or it's just more of online?
So it goes two ways. If you are in Phoenix, we will definitely love to have a chat with you. And we are trying to, we have also a space in the south of Nigeria. We are trying to set up another space, but we have contacts in Uganda, I think. What we are trying to do now is to build the competency of you guys being our first verifiers to actually stand in also when we are asking for more verification or verifiers in the case. We have
Okay.
some of our team members that are in Lagos, maybe one or two of them. We can ask them to set up a physical meeting with you, maybe get one or two of your documents. And when we are sure that following your verification, your integrity, or this person has been able to do incredibly well, we will trust you with more responsibilities. And of course, that comes with a lot of other perks. And that means new verifiers in Lagos mainland, for instance, will now be working directly with you. And you will be the one to confirm that their documentation and their training is tight. That's why we are not going to be joking with the first set of our verifiers, because for those of you who do not want to just end up being verifiers, but also work as a verifier of verifiers, in that case, you need to be properly trained, just like I mentioned. But for now, we will make sure that those of you that we can see physically, we see and have a conversation. And those that we cannot, we make sure that our verification and proof with you is so tight that we can vet that you can do the job for us and for our clients as well.
Okay, sir.
All right, Wilson, thank you so much. So, Jeremiah, see your hand is up.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you very much for putting us through the frequently asked question. First of all, I would like to say I stay in Songo, Otago, Ogun State. So where will I say am I under Lagos State for physical meeting, or we have our own physical meeting in Ogun State also?
Okay, thank you. I think for that, we will need to look at our database to know how many persons are new verifiers in Ogun State. If there are maybe just yourself, then we will basically work with you until we have more persons for Ogun State. But just know that once in a while, we would love to meet with our verifiers. So if we're meeting in Lagos, we'll probably send for you to come, but that's not going to be an immediate thing. We need to build capacities first, which is what we are after at this moment. But
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
we'll definitely let you know when there are more persons. And please, if you're on this call, you have seen how serious we are taking this verification building. If you are here, it's time for you now to send out that registration and form link to a lot more persons. We have last week about 53 persons registered. We are hoping to hit at least 1,000 verifiers. And hopefully, in the month of June, if we can get 1,000 verifiers per location, then you know that we are talking about momentum. So help us send the word out there, tag us on social media, and ask more persons in Ogun State, in Lagos, in Calabar, in Port Harcourt to join you, because that's the momentum we want to start building.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right, Prof.
Secondly, my question is: once, let's say, a user asks a verifier to verify any of his property, or let me say, I don't know anything they want us to verify for them, and is it when they make payments we are going to go, or we'll take out of what is in our hand, then go, then after we have verified the place, we'll now be paid for it?
Yeah, it is. Thank you for that question. It will be after the verification has taken place, but our team would confirm the veracity of the clients. So we need to confirm that the client sometimes will make payments to our account and will keep it in what is called an escrow. Even sometimes you would see, oh, this person has made payments, so that you go out there and do your work with confidence, knowing that if you do it well, the person might tip you at the end of the day. Oh, thank you so much. take an extra 2,000 or an extra 5,000. But we have to make sure that both clients and verifiers are protected when it comes to financial disbursement. So think about it this way. Some verifiers will be so good. That's why you don't need to joke with your ratings. A verifier who has a 5-star rating on your platform, you will be able to put your own fee. For instance, if someone is a 5-star and you are seeing a lot of reviews about someone, let's say you, Jeremiah, every time you go for a verification and it was successful, you have to tell your client to write you a review. Is that review, the more persons that see you on the platform and they see your reviews, when you say that to leave my house, you have to pay me 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000, the reviews are there. The client who can afford you will pay you. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. They'll be able to think about it as some of these online freelance sites. You can put your own fee for verification. But at this point, because you are building your rating, okay, we just say to the clients, you cannot pay less than 5,000, even if you want to. The verifier is living just behind where they want to verify. The least amount a verifier or you, not a verifier, will make payments is 5,000 naira. So no matter the currency, that is going to be like the benchmark or something
Okay.
like that. And you will
Okay,
see
sir.
this money, we will notify you. Sometimes the company would, assist you if we are very sure of the clients, especially if the clients are maybe our close friends or sponsors or partners or even big brands. When big brands begin to work with us, we're not going to tell them pay. No, we are going to have a contract with those brands and we are beginning to build those kind of partnerships.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
But communication is critical and knowing your area is also very important because if the transportation to go and verify a certain property is 3,000 naira or maybe $10, you need to be able to share that with us so that we document it. In case any client wants to verify a certain property in a certain area, we'll call the client and tell them, hey, from our experience, this is the cost of transportation. What you are offering our verifier is not going to cut it. So that's why these meetings are going to be held once in a while so that we hear your feedback, your challenges, and we make adjustments towards prices.
Okay,
Okay?
sir. Very good, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. That answered my question for today.
All right, thank you. I see Remileko.
Evening.
Hello, good evening,
Good,
ma.
good evening, sir.
Hello. Go ahead,
Okay,
please.
thank you
Good
very
evening.
much for this session. My question is, in the course of verifying, let's say, a property that it's maybe in an outskirts, maybe far away from where your location is, and you don't know anything about that place, is there going to be anything like a security measures for you to go to that place, or you rather not go there at all? That's my question.
That's a very good question. If a
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
That's a very good question. If a client knows that a certain place is not secure, and you, the verifier, because don't forget, you are the verifier, you should be able to go there and verify. and you should be the one telling us that that place is not secure. Well, once you give us that information, we are going to inform the client. Two things will happen. We are going to ask the client to pay for security fees. For
Okay.
instance, do our verifier need to go to the local police station to register that they need assistance to be in a certain location? And if that is the case, we'll communicate it to the client. If the client cannot cover the cost of that security excursion, we will recommend that our verifier would proceed only with their risks intact. But you will be the one to say, you know what, since I am going to this area, and this area, I'm not sure of the security, this and this is what I need. If we send that message back to our clients and our client says no, that they can't afford it, you can cancel the request.
Okay. All
I
right.
mean, even Bolt drivers or Uber drivers, they cancel
Yes.
requests, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yes.
So it's important. So when I think that question is so good now because it means that we need to put a cancel request. I'm going to note it down now. We're going to put a
Okay.
cancel request
Cancel.
feature for our
Okay.
verifier so that when you cancel a request, you would be given the option to tell us why you cancel the request.
Okay. That's fine.
Thank you for that question.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Wilson.
Okay, Wilson.
Hello. Yeah, I want to ask if you have like multiple requests in the day, and they actually want result that same day. How do you go about it? Probably they want it. Maybe the one problem want it 2 3 hours. I have like 3 or 4 requests to be performed in 2 or 3 hours. So what do you do? Do you cancel some of them, or you pick the best one that you want to do?
That's an interesting question. If you were a boat driver, you know
Okay.
clearly you can't carry more than three or two passengers.
Okay. Okay.
So you need to be able to take the one that is closest to you. That's your priority. And if you are not picking the one that's closest to you, you need to be able to pick the one that you prefer at the level of okay, the money, this one, the money is good, that kind of thing. So the verifiers would have to be the ones to make that decision. But since we're going to be inserting a GPS tracking system, we would recommend for our stake that the verifier would choose only requests that are closest to them.
Okay, sir.
And if you have a car, it serves you well. You just go, if you can do it in the same day, so long as it's the same day, and where you are staying is maybe 10 minutes apart, you can accept the 3 requests, 24 hours. Try to see, especially if you are the only verifier in that area, you can try to see whether you can, be quick with your verification, but prioritize the requests that are closest to you first before
Okay.
proceeding. Yes.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. I'm Faith by name.
Good evening, Faith.
Yeah. I want to ask a question. What in a scenario whereby after a verifier finish verifying, taking pictures and videos at the end of the day, the user is not satisfied. Will the verifier be compensated?
Okay. We are trying to build a system whereby we will
We're trying to build a system whereby verifiers will get just enough information, and we need to confirm that information from the clients before they start working. And we need to also confirm that the client is willing to part with their money. Because if you were to go to that place yourself as a client, right? And that's why the verifiers on the platform, we will greatly depend on your integrity to make this a success. Because we don't want to be attracting users that will waste our verifiers' time and waste our time in the process. That's why the platform would exist, to make sure that those loopholes are covered.
And one of the ways those loopholes will be covered is to make sure that we reconfirm. So when you hit submit, our customer service person will call you, the client, and repeat the things that you want confirmed. And also ask you questions, just in case those questions will come from our verifiers. Do you understand? Before you proceed. So that we don't want a situation where the verifier will go take those photos and do everything you ask them to do, and you are not satisfied. No. You have to give us just enough information, and the verifier would be working strictly with that information. And like I said, some verifiers might get tips if they do so much more. And we are not going to be accepting just any user. Our platform would vet, because there are some people that will come just to jeopardize the system. So we will vet the users as well. And when we see that your request is the one that is horrible, it's the one that will cause us trouble, we will ask you to review your request.
Okay.
Or in better circumstances, we'll ask you to send payments first. The payment, we cannot, of course, we are a registered body and all of that, so we can't run away with people's payments. We have the verifiers, we have an escrow system that will protect your payments. We have account details, we have an office address, we have people behind. Most of you here already know who is speaking to you online. So we have a team of integrity. And because of that, we are also going to vet the users that will come on our platform. Before they sign up, they have to also send some documents as well from their end to us. So nobody will take a few seconds of their time, send us documents, receive calls from us, and then still go ahead and waste everybody's time. We are going to make it very, very difficult. But who knows? We hope that we have a solid system to cut off any unnecessary loophole.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. That was a good question. Solomon, see your hand is up.
Yes. Please, can I ask a question now?
Please go
Can you hear
ahead.
me? All right. Please, I want to know, what are the opportunities for growth within Checkamo for active verifiers?
Beautiful, beautiful question. I was expecting this question. And if you joined me when I was addressing the person in Lagos, I think that was Wilson. One of the things I told Wilson was this, especially for the verifiers our first verifiers, those of you on this call, I told him and to the rest of you on the call that because we are expanding, we are hoping that the very first training we are going to be having with you will be a solid one. The opportunities for growth include that you become a manager of verifiers. That is number one.
Okay.
So when you do the work, you understand the system, you have been trained by us. Many persons in your location who hope to become verifiers will in turn be trained by you. So that when we want to get the situation reports of those in the mainland, Lagos, for instance, we will just have a meeting directly with you, Solomon.
Okay.
So that is one opportunity for growth. Another opportunity for growth for verifiers who are active on the system is, I don't know if you have visited a platform like maybe Upwork or Fiverr, all of those online platforms where you earn remotely. If you go
Yes.
and search for, I need a graphics designer, do you know that the first graphic designers you will see on that platform will be those that are vetted by the platforms themselves? The ones that have 5-star rating, the ones that have at least maybe 2 or 3 or more reviews. So you as a verifier that have a good track record, when people who are seriously in need of verification with serious funding or resources, or even when we get partnerships, when they are asking for our best to work with our best verifiers, we already have your data. Are you with me?
Yes. All right. Thank you
So
so
you
much.
would immediately see that you'll be contacted more by people who need verification, and serious people at that.
All right.
I
That's
am
all. Thank you.
thinking that there will be more opportunities for growth as verifiers. We're also looking out for those of you that have been visiting the platform, making your contributions and feedback. Our team is growing. Right now, we have a team of 11 or thereabouts persons working just for Checkamo, excluding myself. We are going to expand with new verifiers being added every single day. We are also going to expand. We will need marketers, people who will assist us or work with us, rather, not really assist, work with us to tell other people about the platform. We will also have a referral program. When a verifier refers another verifier, you get points, you get paid. All of those will be revealed much later in the platform. Did that answer your question?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hello, sir. I just have one more
Yes,
question.
Jeremiah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Concerning what Remlekun said the other time, like for security conscious of a thing. Sir, let's say okay, we go to the police station and the police said uh, they can't follow us. So let's say the client said they can't afford the fee the police um, officers are requesting for. Can we take one or two other persons, like a friend, to the location?
So long as the person is a security official, why not? Some communities have vigilante. They have these local security officials. You can, yes, if your friend can maybe just accompany you, make the video for you, right? And if you have people, again, these are things we'll discuss during the training. I have noted down this particular question. We'll talk deeply about it. So, security concerns for particular locations. So, I've noted this
Okay.
down.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, let's say we now have all those other security personnel. What I mean, like a friend of mine that we are still in the same place or the same area now says, and now like then okay, this place I'm going to, but no security personnel can follow me. Can you just follow me? We declined cover for the expensive of the other person following me.
Again, we are going to communicate all this with the client. I think one thing that we are going to add for our verifiers mostly is when you see a request, you would accept the request, but you would also see the option to write a note as you are accepting the request. So that note, I'm going to talk to our developers about this. I'm just thinking this as we are discussing. So that note would contain something like area is insecure or it costs this amount to be there. Just your personal concerns about the place. So the client will see it, we will also see it, and we'll come to a conclusion as to what we need to do to activate your request. Because there's going to be some kind of time between when a client sends a request, when you accept a request, and when you proceed. You have to be vetted to go ahead with the job before you leave where you are. So you
Okay,
need to
sir.
vet both from the client, and everyone will be on the same page before you go out to carry out the job. But this is only at the initial point, because as we grow, most of these things will be automated,
Okay, sir.
because we will not be able to, handle thousands and thousands of verifiers, calling them and doing all of that. All of this would happen in the platform. But since we are building trust at this starting point, we need to make sure that communication is tight, and we need to make sure that people deliver what our clients actually want.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Maybe so subsequent meeting, maybe by then more questions will have been up.
Yes. So in next month, especially the first week, for instance, we will be having um, personal conversations with some of you in different locations. We might ask you to submit more um, contact details, documents, just to vet you. We will see you on a recorded call. And for those that are closer to our locations, we would ask you to visit our office. We'll do the vetting, we'll take photographs, and then would um, put you up on the platform as an available verifier and the location. Okay, so that people can start reaching out to you through the platform as well.
Okay.
And then after that, we will also, after getting all the information we need from you, having the meetings, knowing how many persons are in the different locations, we'll now start having a training. It will last roughly maybe an hour or so. But if there are challenges, we would always be meeting weekly. So consider yourself a potential verifier. And I thank all of you on the call for registering, for those who have, those who send their feedback in the WhatsApp group. I appreciate you all. And I encourage you, please, to send the notes of our interest to work with more verifiers. Send them to your friends, your colleagues, and if there are any opportunities you feel you will do better as a verifier, don't hesitate to contact us to give us the feedback. We will be so happy to have you. Okay, if there are no other questions, we'll think that this would be the end of this FAQ questions. And thank you so much for your time. The recording of
Thank
this
you.
session will be uploaded
Thank
and
you,
will
sir.
be sent to those who couldn't make it, and of course, new verifiers that will join will be asked to reference this particular session. So thank you so much, and we look forward to working together. Bye-bye for
Thank
now.
you for having us.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Bye.
you
Thank you
for the
so
session.
much, sir.